When we talk, we on the
Wait,
live.
wait, did you start yet?
Yes, we are. We are on the live. Okay? We are on the live.
Let's see.
We are on the live. Okay. Yes, yes, people. Bless, bless, bless. Bless up. It's early in the morning. This is the BlackStar Redshot. I deal with balance. I deal with equality. That's why I'm not a justice guy because we black folks been around for so long with justice. We never been just right. You know what I mean? We always been just wrong. I deals with equality. That means it does not matter the color of your skin. With equality, you will not do to someone what you don't want someone else to do to you. So you respect the boundaries of other people so people could respect your boundaries. So people, today this morning, this is what? October 11th?
12. October
Is it
12th.
12th?
Yeah, yesterday was the
Okay.
11th.
October 12th, and I'm here with my son. I'm supposed to be at the school today. Come over here. Tell me what you're saying. Just stand up here and tell me. Just stand up here and tell me what you're saying. Yeah, so I'm here with my son today. This is Elohim, guys. Uh, this is Elohim, guys. And I made a video before pertaining to my son and about what he's going through at school. And the first video that I made, which was like 2 days ago, I had one person who says that I was a racist. So today you're going to hear it from the innocent's mouth, from the child's mouth. Not from my mouth, not from people who does not go through what my son goes through, but my child who goes through the torturing, the abuse, the racist remarks and all that here. Today he's right here. I will interview him because you know what? I need help. Anyone who's watching this video on this live right now could help me to put a stop to community roots. The last time I was so upset I couldn't even remember the school's name because of the nonsense they've been doing. So right now I'm going full viral, full blast with it. I need help and I need people who is in this country, America, in Brooklyn, New York, those of black folks that are lawyers, those of your guys that are activists that deals with certain facts like certain issues like I'm going through right now could step up to the plate and help me to take down this school that is being how you call it, that's biased and that's racist, and they're being funded by private organizations or private firms. These private firms is about money. It's about how much they could get rich. It's not about the children's education. It's not about none of that. So today we're going to open a can of worms because this can of worms been there for the longest. It's been haunting my son. And now it has reached the point where he 2 days suspense. So, okay, here we go. So, tell him what's your name?
Hello, my name is Elohim Baptiste, and
How old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
12 years old. So, people, he's 12 years old. And he's been going to community roots at the age of 5 years old.
Yeah.
Okay? The boy's 12 years old. This is the same child that I've been spoken about when I made the first video and I was saying what he's gone through. And sometimes it's just good to hate from the horse's mouth. And this is not a horse, this is a child, innocent. So you're going to hear the truth. So Elohim, today I'm going to ask you, what happened with you at school? What transpired? What happens that day, which was Tuesday, Wednesday? Okay, Wednesday would be October 7th, October 6th. Give me a time. Let me see what day that would be because I don't want to say the wrong thing here. But it is not only.
Go ask Adam.
It's not only October 7th. Oh God, hold on. Today's the 11th. It's not. I'm gonna get the date right because we're gonna move on. I'm gonna catch a date. It's not just in this month of October that this incident happened, and I want to go and bring it to the public, let them see what's going on. This is an ongoing situation. Ongoing situation. That means this situation been going from since my son is 6 years old, and now he's 12 years old. So
the sixth Wednesday.
Wednesday was the 6th. All right. So something happened on the 6th. Rich was, what's the boy name?
Joshua
Joshua what?
Shapiro.
Joshua Shapiro is a Jewish kid. Is a Jewish child. What's his name?
Joshua Shapiro.
Joshua Shapiro is a Jewish child. This Jewish child been picking on this boy from since he's 6 years old. Tell the world what Joshua Shapiro has done to you, what you remember throughout your young guy growing up at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tell me all the incidents and all the problems that this kid has done to you, what he has done to you. Tell me about the part when he snatches your hat on your head. Let's go, people.
Well, the first time I met Joshua in 3rd grade,
What age you was? It's about 6?
7 or 8.
He was, the first time he met that boy, he was 7, like I said, 7. Okay? Let's go.
Well, first, in 3rd grade, he scratched me in the eye.
Stop. First thing he did, he poked my son in the eye. Scratch. Now, you can't get another eye. I remember that very like it was yesterday. And I went to the school. And I went to find out when I saw my son's eye with the redness in it. I said, what happened? He says, why kid push his hand in the eye?
I was,
So I went to the school to find out why that happened. What made he push his hands in your eye?
well, first of all, we were joke. Well, first of all, it was a whole class thing, so he had his hand. We said it was like Sherlock Gnomes or something like that.
It was like what?
Sherlock Gnomes, like, you know the character?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that he looked like that, and other people were saying that too.
Okay.
But then after that, he just scratched me in my eye.
So in other words, there was a classroom thing going on where you're having fun.
No, it was at lunch.
You was at lunch.
Yeah.
And jokes was given.
Yeah.
Everybody was giving jokes.
I was giving jokes, but it wasn't like hard and aggressive.
Okay, you was giving jokes. Okay, that I applaud you for your honesty. You see what I'm saying? I know my children, people. It's not because he's my son, but I know the quality. You see the pedigree of my son? I knows it. Go ahead. You hear what he said? He was giving jokes. Go ahead.
I was.
Yeah.
I wasn't serious. It was just a joke, and he scratched in my eye.
So you give a joke, and he got some, and he scratched you in the eye.
He scratched down here. He busted the vein.
He busted the vein in my son's eye. Now, I remember this because I had to buy medication. I'm a hard-working brother. We gotta get medication. We gotta take care of this eye. My son could have lose his eyes. Did your principal say anything about that? What is your principal name? What school is this? What school you went to?
Elementary.
That's the elementary, but that's what? That's the community roots, right?
That's the
community roots. So your first stuff was when that boy gouged your eyes, poke your eyes out, right? That was the first thing he ever did to you.
Yeah, but the thing is that when he did that, because this was the first time like that he's new, so I wasn't just like I wasn't really like hard on him or angry because he did that, because yeah, he could have made me blind. But like at the same time, that's like the first time I knew him. So
you gave him a blush for the first time, even though it was your eye, you could have lose your eye, but you saw it was the first time that happened, and even though
it's not right, but it's not right because we did go to the principal's office, but at the same time, like I wasn't angry. Like I don't have any grudges when that happened. Like,
okay. Did he tell you he was sorry?
Yeah, he did.
But wasn't it not it was not asked for his parents to come to the school?
His parents did come to the school. I think they were having a talk with the principal.
They didn't come. They spoke to the principal on the phone.
No,
because I never see them. From the time I'm going to that school, many meetings has made up for I could meet that boy parent, and I have never met them. Only what the principal always told me, she spoke with them.
There was one time when me and Joshua saw them in the office.
Joshua and I.
Yeah, and this was in 3rd grade. We saw them in the office with Allie.
So she come one time?
Both of the parents come one time.
One time, which is father and mother. When they came, what they said to you? With your eye
No, they
open?
didn't say anything to me.
Okay, they went to the principal, put it into her son poking the eye.
Yeah.
Okay, and what did the principal come back and tell you about that? Did they say
anything.
she didn't say anything?
No.
So that was an issue that you got poked in the eye and it was just smooth under the carpet. Because although I came to the school, we came to the school, but I never get to see that boy parents. Like my son said, he saw them at the school one time. But if your child do something, would you not like the other parent? Is parents. We have our children, we send them to school, something's wrong, we need to come in. So first incident that he got poked in the eye, and nothing really came out of that. We let's move on to the second incident.
The other incident,
Or the other incidents.
he wiped feces on me and Mark's
What
hand.
did he do?
He wiped poop on me and Mark's
What
hand.
kind of poop? Dog poop? Human poop? Human
Shit,
feces?
dog shit.
Dog shit. Okay. What now? What was you doing?
Nothing. This was his excuse.
You seen comments? People on there.
So this was his excuse. So we were walking from recess. This was in.
That's in the classroom. That's
No.
outside.
We were walking from a field trip and we were going to the recess yard. And
Okay.
then he saw some shit where like this tree was or school was. So basically he stepped in it and then he wiped it on me and Mark. And then after that, me and Mark, Mark beat him up. I kicked him, but then Mark just started hitting him. And then his excuse was, I thought it was funny.
Oh, so he put dog feces on you, and his excuse for that is he thought it was funny.
And to make his friends laugh.
And to make his friends laugh. So in other words, this is a Jewish kid. This is a white Caucasian child. And his ideology, his state of mind, to what will make him feel excited and happy is by degrading the black children. Okay? By putting defecate on them, which is dog defecate. Let's move on. So after he did the defecate stuff, what did you do? Did you tell the teacher?
After the fight when he got beat up, I think Allie was there and we all sat on the bench. And Allie was on our side and she said, Joshua, you should never did that. She wasn't, actually forget about that. She just talked to us and said, Joshua, you should never did that. And, you getting in trouble and me and Mark were fine. She didn't say
Okay, so she just said a simple thing, and something like dog poop that holds bacteria that could cause you to go blind, that could kill you because it has certain disease or bacteria in there that is not good to contact with the human body, no eyes or mouth, whatever. And he's playing with dog poop. Okay, and that was it. His mother never came to the school. The principal never asked for his mother to come to the school. The principal thought that was something that she could handle. Dog poop. But it didn't stop from there. Once more time again with the dog poop. He comes again. He snatches the hat. Tell them about that part.
that hat, I think that was, okay, so the hat thing, I think he snatched it first, and then I saw, and then when I found it, it was ripped.
No. He took your hat.
Yeah, he took my hat.
And I remember that, and playing shit with it. It's twice he snatched your hat. One hat he snatched and tear. His mother decided to pay that back. She said she's gonna just send another hat. I remember that. The first hat was a white and gray hat because I was the one who purchased that hat. The hat had white and gray and black and with a little pom-pom on top of it.
Yeah.
And he snatched that hat and put it in dog poop. It's two hats. He tear his coat. Well, he was quite young. I don't know if his memory could work from since at that time, because at that time, like he said, he's 7 years old. He's 8 years old. So I don't expect that he's gonna remember everything, but I do. I do. And I know it was more than one incident with the poop. Okay? It was one where slid upon his coat and one where his hat was snatched upon his head and was into the poop. And the next time the hat was snatched again, the hat was ripped. And the third time when he ripped the hat, his mother decided, or his family decided, they're going to send a hat or money to buy a hat. I didn't want the money, I wanted my son's hat back. And I didn't want that child messing with my son. We're going to move along. We ain't going to stop here. Now, This child is a child, like I said. Every time that he has violated my son in the lowest manner, and I have come to the school to ask for his parents to find a date that we could come together and we could speak about what's going on, it's impossible. Do you recall one time when I asked Miss Ali, why is it that I cannot see that boy parents in the school? Do you remember what she had told me about their Jewish people? You don't remember that?
She said something about the religious, so they can't come to the.
Say it here. Let them hear what she's saying to us.
I think she said they're religious, so they can't come up to the school or something like that.
She said there are people that's very busy and religious people, and they doesn't have the time.
And I know where they're like. Actually,
Okay, so in that case, but for all my children, I have 4 children here, and 3 of them attend to that community roots, and the things that I have done, I have a daughter that a Caucasian child spit in her face, spit in her face. Now that child of mine, she right now is at home school. Eden, go get something and tie your head. You can just pass it for a little bit. Put a hat or something. You ain't gonna stay too long. Okay. My daughter Eden was going to that school, and it's a lot of things that I want people to listen. I want people to hear. Whereas the racist ability, these people that goes to that school does not really care, even though they might pretend they might play a part like they really care. They do not care about blacks, and there is this thing where they have a scale. I mean, if you're middle class and you're working on Wall Street or you got a good job, you might get obliged. But if you're low standard to their eyes, then your child doesn't consider. Okay? Because people, I got to say that. Who is really, hold up here. Go ahead and smash the like button. Hold up 1 minute, yo. I'm not. Didn't I not tell you what you had to do?
Yeah.
Well, let me know. Come over there, let me know. Go ahead and smash the like button on this one, people, because sometimes facts, you gotta bring the facts and you gotta put it in their faces. Because if I was a Caucasian, well, a lot of people like to say, oh, you racist, you racist, you racist. The fact is, on the contrary, if my child was a blue-eyed, silky hair, pale skin, from the moment the first violation, it would happen. I'm mad, it wouldn't happen. But we ain't gonna stop from it because there's a whole lot of duffy-cake we talking about. And guess what? Pressure bust pipe. If you all have any comments, okay. If you all have any comments, this is my daughter Eden. She didn't ready for this present moment. I got up this morning because I was gonna go to the school. My son is expelled. Not expelled, suspended for 2 days, a couple days. He's gonna be back there tomorrow. I was going to go to school this morning. My whole thing was to go into that school this morning, but I want to do things right. He's going to school tomorrow, so I will go in the school with him tomorrow. His mother and I are his representatives. We're going to represent him. But I want the world to hear me, the BlackStar. Listen to me. I have 44,000 people, and I know you all have children. And I'm saying I need something to be done. I want to sue that school. I want to take them to court because they've been violating and violating. This school called Community Roots got to come out of our community because they are not for us. This is my daughter Eden right here.
Hello.
Okay? And Eden also was one who has gone through a whole lot. But we're going to come back to him. We ain't going to done. I just want to let you all know it's not one child. It's my children they've been picking on. My daughter was going to the school. I packed lunch for my daughter. What did they did to your survival sandwich?
Your peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. What they did to you when you was going to eat it? What did they do?
Yeah. What do you call it? They said I couldn't, sit at the table because I had peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But yesterday
But didn't they not take your stuff and throw it in the garbage?
Throw it in
What they did? They tell you can't eat this here.
Yeah.
Took it, and what they did?
threw it in the
They
garbage.
threw
All right, but did they carry more lunch for you?
No.
Okay, so
That's
tell me
disrespectful.
now. This woman looked at me and told me when I asked her, "Why is it that I packed my daughter's lunch because that's what she wanted, and y'all come and throw it in the garbage and didn't give her nothing to eat?" You know what she told me? It was forbidden to eat peanut butter because I said, "For how long?" Because everybody know peanut butter is a survival sandwich. Okay, for how long that y'all had these rules and regulations? It was something that they just concocted. That was not from the board of ed because the board of ed do give peanut butters. Okay, so I need like the board of ed, and I need like the people that holds rules and make rules and all up to education standard. Look forward to this school, community roots, investigate it and shut it down. Shut it down. And it's not only me. There's a lot of parents, black parents, that their children's going to that school that they had kicked out and removed them because of the school policy and they racist bias attitude. Now, we started with him. It's a whole lot, but we're gonna finish with him. So, pressure bust pipe. And that boy been silencing my son. Not one time that I ever saw the mother, nor the father, nor the auntie, nor the cousin. Nobody. You know who I see? The principal. Like she was the child's mother and the child's auntie. Because whenever that boy did something, she represented him. I wonder if it's because the two of them are Caucasian. Maybe. Because there's no time that Ali demanded that she's going to set up a meeting where the mother and father would have to interact within that meeting. That means if each child have a mother and father, that means they would have 4 people. A male and a female on each side. So my son has a mother and father, and I know this Jewish boy has a mother and father. But that was never the case. It was always where it's okay with him. Okay? So no one represented him. And when I ask, if I send my son to the school, I represent my son. So if there's something wrong within the school, and the school cannot deal with it, the school got to call it either me or the mother to represent. We are the representative of our children. So, all these things are going on. So we got eyes gouging out, poking out. We got hat snatching, putting in defecate, flying back.
Yeah.
We got coats a tearing and dog put a slang on. This is not one incident. These are many incidents. I'm gonna stress S. Okay? Yeah. I'm gonna stress it. Because everyone make it look like, oh, they're just children. But it's my child who's getting jacked. He's getting hoo-ha-ha. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired. My son is very, very educated, very smart. There was an incident again. It's a whole lot. With that same kid being disrespectful to my son, calling my son names and low gritty names and disrespectful names and nothing.
Yeah,
Nigger,
he did.
nigger, nigger. This white boy, Jewish child, is in school calling another child nigger. You piece, nigger this, nigger that. Never one time. Never one time. That child was addressed it. No, his parents, nobody. They allowed that child to stay into that school. No matter what he did. He strangled a lady's child, almost killed the poor boy.
Yeah.
After
did.
school, strangled the poor child.
Because he made a joke about him.
Like making jokes about people and raising his hand. Huh? Got a comment? Come over here, boy. I can't see my comments.
He's brushing his teeth.
I see them.
If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, because you see the phone turn the other way. So yes, I'm very frustrated as a parent, as a father, as this is my king, this is my young prince. Gonna be the president, gonna be the mayor, gonna be a doctor, gonna be a scientist, gonna be somebody. But we have this little boy that is trying to break it down.
About the situation that happened.
Okay, so yeah, wait. So we moving on because I gotta touch y'all with little pieces of things so y'all could know this is not something that just happened. So let's go and get to the grand finale. Grand finale. My son brought his candy to school to sell, not in school, not on the bus, because my son is old enough to take the train now. He don't need the big yellow school, big bird bus on Sesame Street anymore. He's a big boy, 20-year-old now to get the train.
I'm a big.
So he don't need the Ali's permission or nobody's permission on what he's gonna do with his candy. Because he know he can't sell it in school and he's not taking the bus. So obviously, whenever school is over, the boy wants to make his money. He start pulling out his candy from his book bag. He's in the government public area, not on school grounds, and he's going to sell his candy. This boy came from wherever he came from, what wind blowing to my son's direction. Snatch my son's candy out of his hand.
He did.
Snatch my son's candy out of his hand, throw it down on the floor, stepped on it, and pick it up and throw it in his face. Now this is me. Now first thing people gonna say, well, you wasn't here. So let my son tell you all what happened on Wednesday, which was October 6th. Okay? On October 6th, tell the people
Well, what happened?
what happened.
Well, what happened is that first of all, I was gonna sell candy, and
There was like after mostly everyone goes to the park to hang out, and so I was selling my candy, right, because there was a lot of people.
So you sell your candy at the park? At the park?
Yeah, at the park.
The park is the big, that's away from the school, right?
It's literally right next to the school.
But it's not on school ground.
It's not on school ground.
And you're in the park selling your candy, right?
Yeah.
Where did this boy come and snatch your candy?
He was in the park too, and
He was in the park too.
yeah.
Did you say something to it?
Nope, I didn't.
What happened? What transpired when you selling your candy? Tell the people.
So what happened is that I took out my candy and then I was gonna sell it, right? And then my friends were just joking, and we were just having fun, and I was just selling. And he took one of my skills when I was doing business with another person. Then I got so angry, and I asked him, give it back, give it back, give it back. And he said no. So it's just like,
Hold
you
up.
want it?
First of all, that boy's your friend.
No,
He's not your friend.
no.
But he just choose whenever he feel like to
Yeah,
come and mess with you.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
go on. Go
And
on.
then
Go
and
on.
then he took my skills, right? And then he threw it on the ground, and then Mark gave it back to me and it was ripped. So then after that, I got so angry.
He take it and threw it on the ground. Did he step on it? Say exactly what he did.
He didn't step on it.
What he
but
did?
He threw it on the ground, and then Mark picked it up and gave it back to me. So, are you okay? And I said, yeah. And I got so angry, Mark and Joe was just like, go fight him. So then we both fought, and I boxed him up like a Minecraft person.
Okay. So,
But he first did this in my face.
what he did?
He hit me first, so then I beat him up bad.
So who first? He,
Joshua.
after snatching your candy, he puts his hands on you.
Yeah, exactly.
For accident. So you gotta, I don't want to tell you what to say because I was not there. But we have people that are listening to you. And since was you here, you see your principal was not there.
Yeah.
You see, I was not there. You see, your mother was not there. But the only person that was there was you and your friends.
Yes.
So you gotta say exactly what it is, because I ain't gonna tell you what to say, because I don't know what to tell you to say, because I was not there.
Yeah, but what happened is that
Thank you.
first I fought him, first we tackled to the ground, then I got some good hits on him, and then I hit him, and people broke up the fight. Collie broke up the fight, Mark broke up the fight, and I think Jet broke up
Was
the
that fight in the street or it was in the
It
park?
was in the park. It was in the
Okay,
park.
now listen to this, people. This fight, this boy, right now, I don't know which Jewish child. I know most Jewish people, if they happen to go to a black school, they are different. They run to their home. They don't intertwine with blacks like that. I don't know. So for this boy to get off school and not going home, not going on the bus or however he gets home, to follow my son way over to that park over there, to snatch his candy, you could see the trouble. Anyway, my son beat him up. My son beat him up. And after my son, you don't say it, Pop. After my son beat him up, he didn't go home. What he did is he moved to my son's friends and
Yeah,
started tipping hats.
Yeah.
Tell them about it.
First, okay, this one doesn't make any sense. So first he fought me, then they broke it up. Then he was angry. Then he went for Rodney, and Rodney was just like, "What are you gonna do about that?" He was like, "Why did you do that?" why did you do that? Why did you take his coin in the first place? And he's just like, oh,
Washed out.
you just got destroyed by the kid you were bullying. And then after that, he hit Rodney's hat, then struck him in the face. And then Rodney just destroyed him. He
So
got beat up.
he got beat up again
Yeah,
for
exactly.
messing with another person.
And then after that, and then after this, he went to another person.
And got beat up again.
Yeah, he kicked this other guy, my other friend, in the face, Jet. And then he got beat up again.
So obviously that boy has a problem. You see that boy has a problem. Even when he's getting washed out, he still has this dirty habit of hitting black folks. So it's something is going on here with this child that he sees at home. He hears how his mother speaks about black people, and he has this idea. He has called my son nigger, lowlife, all type of stuff. So he always gets the problem. But the question to community roots. So after that happens, okay, the next day, because that happened on October 6th. So October 7th, my son went to school, which was a Thursday. And you know what they do to it? Tell them what they did to you.
First of all,
So I'm going to say first, October 7th, remember that happened October 6th. October 7th, which was a Thursday, my son went to school. I don't know how the school find out. I'm glad they find out. But on the contrary, the way they dealt with the situation was wrong. Because what they did, they got my son and two of his friends and put them in a small little room.
Yeah.
And they was not allowed to go out to interact with anybody, not allowed to eat. Now I just found out that my son has a drink. And when he goes to drink it, they said to him, you cannot drink it.
Because it is in lunchtime, I can't.
Because it is lunchtime. But when lunchtime came, they never let him have lunch. Did you have lunch?
We did, but we did have lunch.
What time?
We had lunch as soon as we had lunch when it was lunchtime.
They had to stay in the room though. They couldn't go to recess.
It was annoying.
You couldn't go to recess. A lot of people, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I know you couldn't do some things because you came in and you say you couldn't go to, your tree was in a room, you was not interacting with anybody
Yeah,
else, you
Then
couldn't go to
explain
recess.
What happened?
Explain to me in that.
Whole
Ah.
day.
Tell me why you was in a room for the whole day, you couldn't be you.
What took place when you went back to school Thursday morning? What happened?
You know when you dropped me off, Parent was waiting by the door.
Who was waiting for you?
Parent was waiting.
So
by
when
the
someone was waiting for you that morning at the door, waiting for you to come to school, parent, which is now listen, people. This
Parent.
school is two schools. It's what you call it?
It's a charter school.
It's a charter school,
elementary.
elementary, and a middle school. So this thing is not something that just happened one time. And we are going to give you incidents of the racist state of mind and then the behavior of the people, the biased people that been picking on my children. That's why I go live with it. So I need help. Lawyers, whoever that could help me to able to make a case on that school so I could get my satisfaction because I've been going through this. My son is 12 years old. I have another son, he's going to be 21. You understand? So, you understand? So that's not a yesterday thing. Anyway, he's going to tell you on Thursday, which was the 7th of October, after the prior incident on the 6th, that when he went to school on Thursday, which is the 7th, that a principal named Barron was waiting for my son at the door. So when you came in, what he said?
He said, "Tell me what happened."
Right at the door.
Yeah, he's like.
He didn't even let you come into
Yeah,
the
he
school.
did.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So cause I was just like, okay, well, leave and let me go to the classroom. He was just like, well, tell me what happened, and I told him what happened, and I was trying to get to my class because I got on this crew.
Right.
But then he said that. And
Talk loud.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Can go back to class, right?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Why?" And he's just like, "Cause you can't go back to class yet." And me and Joshua is not even in the same class, so I
okay.
don't know why it would matter if I went to class or not.
Nah, okay.
And then he said, and then he had us in a room.
He bring you all in a room.
Yeah, with this other staff there.
What are the names?
What are the name of the staffs?
There was Ksenia there. There was Commodore, and then there was also
Ksenia Paris.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then there was also this other guy. I think his name was I forgot.
And
his
these are all
name.
adults.
Yeah.
Okay, and they take you and bring you in a room.
Well, yeah, these were staff.
Was it just you alone in the room?
No. There was other people there.
What was who was the other people? The boys that fight?
Yeah, it was me. It was just me, Rodney, and Jack.
So there were two other brothers, two other young brothers.
Yeah, that's my friend.
That was your friends that on the 6th that boy violated and get his butt beat by all three of y'all.
Yeah, he got.
And y'all didn't beat him all together.
Yeah.
He take turns, like he
Yeah,
mess with you
exactly.
first, he get his butt kicked, then he go
Yeah,
mess with this
exactly,
one, get his
yeah.
butt kicked. So it's not like they jumped this
Yeah.
kid. They trying to make it look like that was something that these children set up for this Jewish boy. This Jewish boy should stay in his place.
Yeah.
He didn't stay in his place. He went over there, he messed with this one. My son gave him the wash up. Then he went over there, he got another wash up. Then he goes over there and he got a dirty up wash up. So now he's all, skulls all ripped and all tear. But anyway, here comes the 7th on the Thursday. So they got my son in the room with his two friends. What took place in the room?
Basically, we were there for long hours.
You were basically you was there from what time? From since you get up in the morning to what time?
Since dismissal.
So from in the morning till school over.
Yes.
Okay, you spend your entire day in that in that room.
Yes.
Did you interact? Did you went for recess? Did you do any of that?
No.
You was just in the room.
Yeah.
Were y'all allowed to communicate with each
You-
other?
what-
Ksenia said that after, because they gave us work, right? And we didn't know what to do because they just gave us work and then we weren't.
So they just brought some stuff and said to do it.
Yeah,
They don't
and then
explain
when we
nothing.
did it,
Have you ever done that
No,
type
they-
of work?
yeah, we did do
Okay.
that works, and Molly helped a little bit. And after we did the work, Ksenia's just like, since y'all finished our work, you guys don't need to be talking anymore.
So y'all couldn't talk.
Yeah.
So y'all in a room like some holding cell.
Yeah.
Y'all not allowed to talk, not allowed to interact. Y'all just stand up there the whole day.
Yeah.
Whole day. How long it take you that if you wanted to use the bathroom that you get to go use the bathroom? How long? How long did that to wait you that if you wanted to urinate? How long it took you before you could have go to because you have to ask for permission?
Yeah.
Was someone there to give you a permission to go use the bathroom?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. So when you asked, they just let you go.
Yeah.
Okay. But the fact is you was in the room the whole day.
Yeah.
Like it was a holding cell.
Yeah.
Okay, now. So they're in that room for the whole day. So they just into that room.
What?
Then after that, what they told you? Don't
What-
come to school when?
They said you're being suspended because parents say you're being suspended. I'm being suspended. Jet's suspended. Everyone was suspended. Everyone. Most
What was the advice they gave you that you could have done instead of fight?
Okay,
this out
so
or
this
defend
is what
yourself?
cracked me.
So now, wait people, we taking this step after step. So now they're ready to put them in a room. He spent the whole day here. And they said to him, do not come to school on Friday. Monday was a holiday. They gave him 2 days. So he's not going back to school on tomorrow because today's Tuesday.
I'm going to school tomorrow.
He's going to school tomorrow. Now, they sent him home. But I heard them not call the school. That's when I made the first video. Now I'm listening to these people. How they want to make their little circles, their little order upon how they will deal with the issues. So when I spoke to the principal, which is Paris,
Perrin Peterson.
their Perrin Peterson, he was trying to explain stuff to me. And when I heard of the child, I said, but wait a minute, this child is not a first offender. This child is a child that be doing the most ridiculous, despicable things to my child.
That's an
Another
assault.
children.
Now, so
And
now
other
you know what he said to me? And I said, he said, no, this is the middle school. I said, yeah, I know that's the middle school. But before the child could have come into the middle school, he had to come from the other branch,
Elementary.
the elementary school. How y'all don't hold records on him? Because I know schools hold records on children. I mean, if you have a child that has a problem, I mean, they wanted to give my child all type of advice. They was telling me that, during the time of the COVID-19, they was trying to push that COVID-19. They say, your child got to take that COVID-19 shot. If you don't take that shot, he can't come to school. If you don't take that shot, he can't come to the building. He can't even learn online. Get to find out? They was just trying to push that because that's what they had. That pale-skinned woman, that white woman, I bet you she didn't take a shot. None of her children take a shot. But she was trying to get my son to take a shot. Trying to get my whole family to take a shot. I believe in the Most High God. I believe the Most High God. We have our immune system and we have anticells in our body that could fight any type of bacteria if you eat well. So let's go back to that. So now we have the principal telling me when I asked him about this child background, and he's going to tell me, "Oh, don't worry about the past. Let's worry about the present." But you can't have the past without the present. You have they information upon your behavior. I mean, if I do something as an adult and it's my first offense, would not the city or state or the colonial system keep documents and paperwork on me? So in case I do the second time and the third time, I mean, people go to school. Don't you ever ask yourself, why do they ask you what was the last school you went to? It's for you to go over there so they can get records on about your behavior, how you was acting at school. Now here you are, a young boy at the age of 7 is the menace. You didn't offer him meds. You didn't say he was too hyper. You didn't offer him nothing. You did nothing. But my son, which is quiet, which is respectable, that child, if you look at his record, all of my children, they're not troublemakers. They don't go to school and hit people. Have you ever had a fight hitting anybody just as you people picks on you or you pick on people?
People pick on you.
None of my children has no record about it. They start any fight hitting anybody first. I can put my neck on the block for that. But here comes this boy who's been harassing my son from eons. He doesn't have records on him. And now he goes to the middle school and number one doesn't know he's with a clean slate. He is with a clean slate because he's a Jewish child and his slate got to stay clean. So nobody doesn't know what he did 4 years ago, what he did 3 years ago. Nobody don't know nothing about that. He's an innocent, and so far it's my child that he react. He couldn't take it no more. The torturing, the embarrassment, the disrespectfulness, the name calling, the nigger calling, the low grading. Yeah? No one had stepped and said, "Hey, leave that boy alone." Or I would see that to your mother, she comes to the school. Even the principal looked at me and tell me they're Jewish people. What that have to do with me? Even though they're Jewish people and they're not parents, they're our parents, they're all responsible. Why are you telling me that? Okay, so now at the age of 12, my son cannot take it anymore. This boy followed him all the way to a public park. Okay, now it's a public park. We're not telling him he cannot come to the park. Anybody can come to the park because it's a public place. But you don't harass people. You don't follow people where to Timbuktu or wherever you feel like to start your nonsense. And then when you get your behind stump smashed, you run into the same school because your custom know that school protects you. That school protects you. They make an oath with your mother and father that they got you. You see, you're not going to make an oath with me, Ali, or parent. You're not. Because I'm black and poor. So you say. But you're going to make an oath with the Jewish people upon taking care of their children. Even when their children is being a nuisance. You are just, oh no. That's why the parents cannot come to the school as much as me. Because they have more to do with their life. They're more important than me. They got businesses and diamonds to go rob. Me, what do I have? I'm not a nigger man. Huh? You waiting? You always waiting to see when will I go to prison? I'm not a prisoner. I've never been to prison. I'm here. I'm not gonna say I will never go because it's gonna take some stupid people like you to silence me. And anytime you'll play, you're effing with my children. See, anytime you'll play, you want to see lunacy. You want to see craziness. You want to see psychotic. You'll keep. And I swear, yes, I will be in that shit house. That big thing they call jailhouse, and you will not be in the land of the living. And I'm not threatening nobody because I am a parent. I take a lot. I'm not threatening nobody. I just don't like how people treats people's children. My child, if my child do wrong, I have the right to come. You don't have the right to call me. And just like when another child do my child something, you don't have the right to fix that. You don't have the right to allow things to grow big. When it becomes a problem, when you don't make people off balance, you don't make people off track, you don't make people feel like they lost. You don't downgrade people's children. You don't make children to hate themselves. You don't make children to don't want to learn, don't want to interact. That's why you're always looking at black people like they're the worst upon the face of the earth because there are people like y'all who's there to cut them short.
What is the advice
Okay.
he gave Elohim
Now,
advice and told him he didn't have to fight the kid?
Now, So my son fought,
Yeah.
and he beat that boy up.
Yeah. He got
And not
caught.
only he fought, because the boy didn't know when to quit. So he kept on looking for more trouble. If you're looking for more fire, if you're putting wood in the fire, if you got a little bit of fire, and you keep taking pieces of wood, you're taking trash, you're bringing fire, you don't expect your fire to get big. So that's what happened. He started with little pieces of sticks. He make a smoke, and then the fire blazed, and then the fire burnt him. But he didn't learn. He went and get more garbage to put in the fire. The fire got big and burned him again. Did he learn? No, he liked the heat. They said if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. So now, I got people wants to tell me that my son was wrong for defending himself and what he should have done and what he could have done. How about what y'all could have done throughout the years? How about protecting my son from this child? How about checking to see if this child is normally physically okay? Maybe he could be mentally disabled. How about that?
Disturbed.
He could be disturbed. How about that? Because you can't be going to school for many years and messing with everybody else's child and you don't have a problem. Because if it was my daughter, my son doing it, you would say they have a problem. Either they're too hyper or something would be wrong. You would find something to tell me that's wrong with them and you would get your doctors. So you all need a doctor, not just a doctor. You all need a psychological.
Wait.
Yeah.
A psychological.
Person, doctor,
Yeah.
whatever, to work with that.
A specialist.
Thank you, son.
Do you remember when they
Therapist.
called us for
A
adenine?
therapist.
Yeah,
a
therapist.
specialist.
They call it for fanatics.
That's good.
Adenine, and they say that because adenine went
Psychological
off when
doctor.
someone was messing.
They call my son a fanatic, my old son, because someone was messing with him at one time. And he couldn't take it, so he flipped out because he was not getting no satisfaction. And they was quick to want to say, oh, I think he need medicine, I think he need Dr. Soup and Dr. Salt and Dr. You don't think that boy need a lot of doctors? Y'all don't think that? Why are y'all keeping him here? And I keep saying, if you check his pedigree, check their records. What, y'all burn all the records? What, every time he goes to a higher grade, you'll destroy his records because it looks like you don't have no records upon his behavior. You only have records upon my son. And my child is not a troublemaker. People, smash the like button, share the video.
Smash that like
I
button.
need y'all guys, your support because
Yes.
I need to sue the school.
But he also needs to share what the school told him when they gave him.
Yeah,
gave
what-
his
Now,
birthday.
I need you to share with the school.
What?
I need you to share with the people. Tell the people what the school said to you.
After you told them what happened,
After
what
you
did they
told
say
them.
you should have done?
Go ahead.
They said, you know what you should have did with him? You should have just ran from the fight and came back to the school. You know who said that? You know who made me really mad when they said that? I think parents said that.
Now, a big man like you're telling me that pressure don't burst pipe. I want to know you a grown man. Every day you go home, somebody smack you beside your head. Every day you're on your way home, somebody smacking you, wiping fisses on you, doing your things. And as far as you could remember, that is not something that just started happening. Let's say that person was smacking you down for years. And one day you decide, no, it's not going to happen today. You're not going to take my candy and I'm conducting business and try to flap my show. You don't need to put the shoes on another feet. But what you want to do is, and the school name is Community Roots. I couldn't remember it the last time, but now it's in my head. Community Roots. That's the school. They have two a middle school and a charter school.
Elementary school.
And an elementary school. So the name, look it up. And that school, I said it was being funded by the government. No, it's not being funded by the government. It's being funded by rich, white, Caucasian people who does not like black. They only comes with plastic smiles upon their faces. Hi, how you doing? Oh, hi. Nice meeting you. All that is phony. All that is phony because as you leave the school, they watch your child. That's why I don't trust these charter schools. I said people we want public schools. The government should close down all these charter schools because they are not educating our children. They are there's another way to blackwash them again because black history doesn't been taught. And if any black history is being taught, it's only about Martin Luther King
Slavery, Harriet Tubman.
but what about This is only like a little handful. Where's the rest of the people?
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the people? Huh? I always say, y'all can't treat me. That's why y'all don't like me. You'll never like me. I will never like y'all. Because all of you, even some of my skin color, are traitors. Y'all are doing this for the floats, the money. You see, you selling your own out for the money. You have a position and you still want to secure the position, but the position is not a position because you are not doing what you was hired to do. And if you are an educator, then your job would be of the love of educating, and you would not be mingling yourself being a racist.
Yeah.
You would be so occupied educating white, black, Spanish, whatever child. That would be your desire to educate, not to be a racist.
Yeah. I mean,
And
yeah.
standing up for the equality of what's right.
So I am standing up for the equality of what's right. I'm standing up for the future of tomorrow. I'm standing up for the future of tomorrow, and upon my dead body, nobody ain't gonna poop on my child. You could drop all the poop on me, yeah. Show your bucket of poop on me. Show your bucket of piss on me. But when you see you trying to go around messing with any of my children, oh
You're getting
no.
humbled. You're getting destroyed.
No,
You're getting-
baby,
you're getting
that ain't
humbled.
going down. So now they want to give me a 6 or a 9. What they want to tell me is, they're preparing their own little circle. How are they gonna deal with that matter?
Yeah.
None of them was not there. And they're telling, we got videos showing that Elohim was fighting. Of course he was fighting. He didn't tell you a lie. He was fighting. He was defending himself. And I told my children, yes, I told them that. Hey, don't look for trouble with people, but if people keep entitling and putting their hands on you, you're lucky it was not me in a new life going to your school. Well, I done sharpen a pencil a long time, Maria, poke somebody out. Yeah. But because I teach my children different, I tell them they have no records on none of them. None of them is not bullies. None of them goes to school. They're all beautiful. They are God blessed. They're so beautiful, man. They go to school, they mind their business, they into this stuff. Very respectable. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. My children, look at them. You can see the different children, man. Different children. Don't mess with my children. So now they make their little alliance with their little circles, how they're gonna deal with the fight. And they're all preparing something. They have not invited me, nor the mother, nor that child mother or his father to come to the school. They have forget about his past activity that he been doing, all his past records that he had. Gouge in the eye. I could have come out. This is why I know they want to make it look like, oh, my son just hit this boy and beat this boy. No, we're going to go back. We're going to go back, way back. Where y'all don't want to go.
Every incident it was
We're going to go way back.
violated.
Way back. You're not going to just take this one incident and try to paint dirtiness on my child. Oh, you should have run back to the school, Elohim. Who runs? We don't run. That white boy should run. That Jewish boy should run home. He should have run home. Not trying to make my son run.
Yeah,
What run? We run too much. We run in slavery. Hey, listen, y'all teachers. Don't tell me no nonsense about my son should run. Run where? We've been running. We ain't running no more.
Yeah.
We gonna start up and fight.
Yeah.
We ain't running. You telling me that he should have run back to the school? To do what?
Send a rebellion.
To do what? Run back to the school. I think y'all should run it around that white boy to leave black children alone because they will stomp him. And if he don't stop, I pray God that next time he get into a problem, it will not be that simple. He gonna have Duffy Kid come out his red hole because they're gonna stomp him. They're gonna stomp him.
He's
You know
gonna
why?
get
I'm
combo.
not asking for it. It's not because no, it's the fact of the hypocrisy with your guys. You understand? Because like I said, if it's my children that was being a minister in that school, you would have kicked them out a long time. You would have find something to
But
tell
not only
them
that,
long
you
time.
would have dealt with it as a parent.
Okay,
so it
and we
don't
would deal
happen
with it.
again.
We would not let it go on and on. You, Ali, is a wicked human being. Yeah, very wicked. You're two-faced. I've been observing you all throughout the years. You have sent ACS workers to try to get my children. You have set up things when you figure that, oh, you could have tricked my children mother in rising against me, so you were thrown under the bus. You have come with all type of crap that makes no sense. You have You have done and done it all. Children have tried come into your school to molest my child, and you said that wasn't
But
so.
one of her adult staff members, the men in the school, did something to Elohim, and she looked in my face and said, "Well, they ain't getting in trouble."
Okay,
Wait,
now,
what?
now, tell us,
Jason, what happened
hey,
with
people,
Coach
stop.
Rippy?
People, I want to bring it out. I'm going to bring it out. It's the black stuff. Listen carefully. Go and smash that like button and share that video. This video is because you might have a child going to this community roots. You might have a cousin that goes to the community roots. They might make you believe that the school is so beautiful.
It's not.
Perfect.
It's not.
It's not
Because
perfect.
we
It's
have
not.
prejudiced people in there. We have people who that picks
It's all a
favoritism.
lie.
That pick favoritism. That I don't like this one, this one, this I don't too like this one. And they say they don't. They do. They do. Because if they didn't, my eyes, I told her, eyes almost gouge out. Nothing happened for that. Feces on his nice leather coat. Nothing happened for that. Hat been torn. Nothing happened for that. Hat been put in the feces. Nothing for that. Calling names. Nigga this. Nigga that. Nothing has done for that. Okay? But it's only my child that they see, oh, I think he needs meds. I think that, yeah. Okay? Now, we even have, and I need people to hear me because it's hurting me. We have adults now. Adults who's taking counsels against my son in that school, making fun of his name. My son's name is Elohim.
Yeah, and this guy kept saying it's Elohim.
What's his name? Darren
Coach,
Rippy?
his name was Coach Rippy, right?
What's his name?
Coach Rippy, and he called me.
Coach Rippy, I have said to you, you and I will meet one day, face to face as two grown men. And I would like you to play the silly games you play with my son with me. Alright? Stay in my face. We grown. You can roll with me. That's a child that they hire you to look over. And he becomes your playpen. His name. Do you know the definition of his name? That you're making fun of his name when you were a adult. And yet still you still hold your job. Because your supervisor, which is the principal, saying nothing gonna happen to you. Okay? We have grown adults are picking on children.
That's sad.
Okay?
That's sad.
When they hire them to work and they're picking, calling names, giving the children names, making fun of the children. We have a grown man that saves my son the last time. I don't know. You know your dad, right?
Yeah.
Who is your father? Who's your dad?
Redshot,
Redshot, BlackStar.
Where is he? Is he around you? Where is
Yeah,
he? Show me.
he's here.
Where is that?
He's on the couch with me.
Okay. So I don't know what other father that fall from the sky that want to father my child. That my son got to come to school and look for this individual to say good morning to and have explanation to explain himself. When he's not his father, not an uncle, not nothing to my son.
Jason.
But these are the things, the rules and regulations that happens
Yeah. Yeah.
in that school
This is-
called community roots. From the child school to the middle school. And we have children are going there. So I want to send an applicants to anybody and everybody that have children that is going to that school. We gotta get up. Because today they pick on me, tomorrow it might be you. Okay? Because it's something that goes. I got my daughter that I never give consent for her photograph. Someone looked at her and took her picture, put it on flyers, and it was all the way downtown. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
You
And
remember?
we went to Alley and I told her.
You was a young little girl, yeah.
Wait,
but
why was the phone?
they took a picture and put it
Why?
on a flyer, and they had all of it downtown Brooklyn with your picture. We never give consent unto this principal to do such thing. No one didn't come and say to her, okay, we'll tell you it's okay to go and print my daughter's picture. Now my daughter's picture was all the way down. I'm walking in it was in the gutter and pictures and that. It was only out of all the children in the school, it was only my daughter.
Wow.
It was not 4 children. It was no white child. It was just my daughter. Now, if you have whatever going on, you don't find nobody to pick to be on that flyer. You pick my child. Why don't you put your daughter? Ali, you have children too. You could take one of the children photos and put it on the flyer. You don't have to take my princess and put it on no flyer. I didn't actually take no photos, no headshots of her. But I know you have children. You're going to take your daughter picture, your little son picture, put on the flyer for community roots and do what you want to do. Stop using people. Stop using people. Stop using people. And I got it with you all up to here. And I will see you all in court. I have to see her because this is not. You're gonna give my son an apology. That white Jewish kid will be removed out of that school.
Yeah, he will. He get.
He have to be removed because if it's not by me, he's gonna violate another child. That's why. What is that boy name? His full
Yeah. He
name?
already has. He did. He violated
Jason
this.
Shapiro.
Jason. What's
No,
that? What's that?
Joshua Shapiro.
Joshua.
Even
People,
English?
people, hear the name of the child.
Joshua Shapiro.
Joshua
Shapiro.
Shakira.
No, Shapiro.
Oh, Shakira.
Shapiro.
Oh, Shapiro.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't even pronounce it. It's song Japanese, it's song this, it's song that. But anyway.
Wait, and he also did this to this other girl. He's also violated this other girl.
He did what?
He also violated this other
He
girl.
violated people's
Sexually
children.
assaulted, I guess.
Assaulted a girl child, a black girl
She
child.
wasn't black. She was. So when that happened, she was crying, and this kid, she was.
What
Crying.
he did?
What do you think?
He touched.
Oh, he touched. So look all what that boy is doing.
That's a
Touching,
problem. That's
touching
a
people's
problem.
children. And you think my black son could go to school and touch somebody's daughter and still go to school without anything coming out of that? But why is it this Jewish boy keep creating so much?
Because they allow it.
They keep going.
Because
It
they
won't stop.
allow
It
the
won't
principal allow it, and they're Jewish people, and none of these things will keep on his record. And it will be removed. That boy will grow up and have a clean record. He might be one who will be a cop. And I already have hatred for black folks. You gotta see where all these things coming from. Sometimes a lot of these brothers, they become police officers. In school, they try to bully blacks and they couldn't have it. Blacks wasn't going for it. The blacks kicked their butt. Now that boy gonna grow up to be a grown man. He's gonna have memory of these black brothers and these people that he couldn't bully. And now he's the cop. He's gonna attack them. These are the racist type of things that y'all make happen. Because right there, y'all could straighten it. Right there, y'all could fix it, and y'all don't. Y'all make it to become a burn. And y'all picks on blacks. And when black reacts, y'all say black are ignorant, black are racist, black are prejudiced, black are this, black are that. But it's y'all doing us all this stuff. Because like I said, go look into my children records. Nothing. No bad stuff. They're good children. The whole school could tell you that. Now, when you tell me that you have two different schools, a middle school and a charter school, elementary school, and you have children that is graduating from the elementary school to goes to the middle school, and you're going to tell me that these children that's coming from the middle school, from the elementary school, that is about to go into the middle school, the people and the principal and the teachers in that middle school does not have no paperwork on that child. They doesn't have nothing about that child behavior. I think that's why y'all keep records. So y'all know what you have in your hands. Y'all know that boy what he's about. Y'all know he's a troublemaker. But the only reason that y'all do what y'all do because he's Jewish. Right?
Yeah.
So people, I need y'all guys to help me out. Tomorrow I'm going to the school. I need eyewitness. Channel 9. I'm Channel 5.
I'm a rebellion.
Some to interview that
Everyone
school.
pull
I
up.
need someone that knows more about the laws and what the route that I could take.
Everyone pull up.
I would put
Tell Exxon to put the information.
put your
We
information
will
in the
protest.
comments. Put your comments. Allow your comments to come if you're going to help me upon what could I do to see justice being served, and that does not happen to no other black child again. That it doesn't matter black, white, Spanish, just children on the whole. This is why when you're trying to make me fit as a racist, I could say I will never be a racist. Could never be a racist. Y'all don't like to hear the truth, and anytime I'm speaking the truth, y'all say it's racist. But I notice the people who like to say race, 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 and mention race or gender, they're the ones actually are the biggest racists. They're the ones because you see by the work. So any guys that have information upon how could I go about to get a lawsuit
Yeah.
pertaining to that school, y'all could send it out for me. Okay, in your comments. And the school that I'm speaking about is called Community Roots, and that school is downtown Brooklyn. That's over there in the Fort Greene area.
Yeah.
That school is right there. You could Google it up. community roots,
Middle school?
middle school, and
Charter school.
it's a child school.
Yeah, but the
child
middle
school.
school is what we're talking about.
So
It's
the
most
middle school, we
important.
are talking about both schools because first he was in the elementary school and he had to graduate.
Yeah.
And so this is your first year in that
No, second year.
second year in the middle school. So like I said, people always want when people react to things, they want to say, "Oh, I don't understand." But there's always a trail. That's why we have detectives, we have FBI. The people leave a trail of nonsense when they're doing this stuff. And if you gotta go back, there's a trail of nonsense upon that child violating my son, and the little girl that had a white Caucasian. I'm telling you, you could know all the people that's doing these things to my children. They're not blacks. They're whites. White boy spit in my daughter's face. And that same principle, she didn't do nothing.
She said he just needs a timeout, or
He needs some time
or
out
he's having a bad
and
day.
she's gonna talk and this and that and the other.
Jimmy's
And
having a bad day.
when I came to dealt with it, white folks again call 911 and say I'm a problem to the school and I'm threatening people. So they immediately, instantly stopped me, saying I can't come to the school.
Yeah.
Instantly. So I have a lawsuit going back from past, present, and future. I need someone that will represent me. If I could find a lawyer that will represent me, and with that case, and after we win that case, they could get whatever they want to get. I don't have money I got to get a lawyer right now, but I'm willing that if I could get some, that's why I'm speaking to the world right now. Sometimes when you need help, you cannot do things by yourself, but by the glory and the mercy of the Most High, He sends people in your life to help you. So guys, I'm putting this out here. Racist remarks, racist ideologies, racist attitude in a public school, which is a charter school. Principal name is Ali. There are two principals in there. One name is Ali and the other one name is Parents.
No, Allison. Her name is Allison Kyle.
Her name, okay, the principal name, two principals. Allison, Carl. And you know what? I have problems with Allison. My first wife named Allison. Me and her doesn't get along at all. So this Allison, I have to say this. Probably, I don't know what it is. But this lady here, I have experienced a lot of things with her. She lies.
Yeah.
And a lot of
She's
parents
not
is
honest.
talking about what's going on, but I
In her school, have 3 other schools, and they allow the children from these other schools, which is much bigger than the charter school or the school, to come in there and do a lot of stuff. A lot of things is happening in the school they does not know, and that's why I don't like this charter schools. I think the government should stop funding or stop allowing this charter school. The government should allow public schools to be public schools because public schools was always public schools. Okay, these charter schools is on a gender and it is racist. It is not what America needs. America does not need to still practicing racism or teaching children in this time of age of racism. I think if my son do something to a white child, or not even white, because like I keep saying, there's not no white person. This is white. This is white. So that they're not even white. They're just using the wrong term. They're pale-skinned people or red people, and I don't think that my son has the right to harass nor to do anything to any other nation or ethnic background of persons. I would not teach him that. I have never taught him to hate white people. I have never taught him to hate anybody. I just said you got to read between the lines and know people for who they are. But like I'm saying, if it's my child that was actually doing these things, it would not go that far. It would be done and over with a long time. So I don't see why there's all these curves and bends and all these little like booby traps and stuff, and what's going on here. I don't see why my child supposed to go through that. Why anything need to be done to my child? Oh, whatever they setting for him, I think it's wrong. I think if anything here, my mama said you play with fire, you're gonna get burned. If you can't hit, you're gonna feel. And that's what happened to this boy. If I was electricity and he didn't know not to touch electric, and he went keep touching electric.
Yeah.
Now he could have been touching electric for 4 years ago, and maybe he didn't get a grip on electric, and electric didn't get a grip on him. But the day they've been telling him 4 years ago, do not touch this. This is electricity. It's dangerous. Do not touch it. It could kill you. And he didn't listen. And one day he went and touched it, and he did got killed. You couldn't hold nobody responsible. That boy is a troublemaker. He's molesting people. He's touching people's private parts. He's
Yeah.
violating young little girls and their
There's a
black little girls.
problem.
He's doing a lot of stuff. And I say it's about time people comes together and make a petition to remove that boy from the school. Removed him because the principals are protecting him. Both of them are protecting him.
And his parents, like the thing is that his parents aren't. The parents don't even live far from the school. They live like literally right near Grand Army Plaza.
But they can never come to the school.
Yeah.
Okay?
They live right near Grand.
So if y'all have any comments, I'm gonna take in the comments. Let me know what's in the comments here. I have comments? Check.
I just checked the 2 seconds ago.
No comments?
Not really. Just keep
I don't wanna hear it. Where's the phone? Yeah, so this is what I wanted to bring to your attention.
People watching.
Yeah. This is what I wanted to bring to your attention. So as a father with children, I have a lot of children, I'm very concerned about the way that the society would like us to send our children to school, but yet still our children are feeling less than themselves. Now, anytime you break a young man, young sister, young brother, it doesn't matter on race. A child, from the moment you're breaking the willpower, you trying to make that child go straight. Okay, and so far, I remember one time my son right here, Elohim was reading a book, and the book, take it down to sit down, so you actually live me dropping something. My son was reading a book, and my son liked to read. So the teacher had picked out a book for him, but he picked that book, but he picked out another book that was a little higher than the book that the teacher picked out for him. And the teacher said to him, tell him, I don't want to keep telling you stories because these are the things that you have to go through. These are the things that you could explain to people when you grow up to be a man, that you know people are racist because you like to read, you pick up a book and what the teacher told you.
Can't read it because the whole ranking system is stupid. They have a book and it's ranked from A all the way to Z, which doesn't make any sense. And I picked a book that was probably level V or U, and she said I couldn't read that. And it's not because I'm bad at reading, it's just that the reading curriculum, all the ranking system they have, it's just garbage and it doesn't make any sense.
So when you took the book that's the volume a little stronger than the one that she gave you, it was more advanced. What she told you?
It's not, and she said I couldn't read it.
So-
and it's not that I couldn't, cause
He could have written the book, but my son, in fact, this is what happened. I don't know if y'all ever heard about, what was the book? He read all the book, I know the name of the book, not It's Bitsy Spider, it was a book that she gave my son to read, and my son read the book in no time. And he brought that book back to pick up another book. And she gave him another book. But the book that she gave him, my son took that book, but he saw another book that was kind of a little higher than what he was reading, and he wanted to read that. So if I'm a teacher, okay, and I have a child, and even though that I gave him a book that's on his level, and he reads that, but he's telling me he wants to just get that book because he's almost done the book that I gave him to read, and I would not stop him. I would not stop him. I would not discourage him. I would not tell him, oh, you don't need this book because this book is too strong for you and you need to stick with that. No, I would not do that. Only if you want to keep the person in a low standard capacity that you will do that. So, like I said to you, these people, these Chinese schools, I don't know what they're dealing with. Now, not only that, I'm not a racist person, but the next thing that they do too. I remember many occasions, they take the child out of his class and they put the child in a room with a one-to-one student, a one-to-one teacher. And many times you look, the child is sitting on the teacher's lap. Okay, I have seen that. I stopped that. Now, again, I know I'm not against people that wants to be what they want. If you want to be gay, that's on you. But I don't think it's right, okay, that a parents of mother or father is sending the child at school to school and at the school on the school grounds now, you have people that does not know their agenda and they're confused and that's their business. You don't know your agenda, you're trying to find your agenda. Well, I know my agenda. I'm a male, full male. There's nothing feminine about me, even though I'm man. Yeah, but I'm full masculine. So I don't understand that these schools hire these people with this type of agendas. And then they put these people to affiliate with your child, your boy child, or your girl child on a one-to-one base. And where these people are affiliating with your child, it's not like this anybody else could see what they're doing. They're in a room on a one-to-one. And then you come see the child sitting on these people's lap. So you don't see that in a public school. You would never see that. You will see a teacher trying to teach 4 or 5, they will break them up. But you will never find, and if they do one-to-one, everybody could see them. You don't have no person doing one-to-one in a room with a child, but there's nobody else there. No one's there. And that's what takes place over there in the community rooms. So they always do the one-to-one, pull a child out of the classroom. Pull a child out of the classroom to go into a big classroom with just him and one teacher. And that teacher has a problem, doesn't know the agenda. Now, their sexuality, they have a problem with it. Now, it's not to say y'all love to say, oh, well, you talking about gay people. No, I'm not talking about gay people. I'm talking about the people that's gay. You could be gay in morning, noon, and night. That's on you. That's on you. But I don't need you around my child on a one-to-one basis in no classroom. When a child is all into your grill, I don't need my child sitting on your lap. You not his uncle, nor his mother, nor his nephew. My child should be sitting on a chair while you standing here and teaching. There is no way you got the child with your hands around that boy child, your head there, and you say, no. No, these are your nasty little agendas that you all bring. That's not how it goes. We know what it is. I was a child at one time. I was taught at one time. I went to school at one time. No teacher never had me sitting on their lap. None. Or no teacher had me in their corners with just me and them. There was a whole lot of other children there. And teachers. So that's your little thing, and y'all know how to educate people. And one-to-one. What one-to-one? That one-to-one is about your agenda. A one-to-one, your agenda business. So don't bring these things to my children or to other people's children to make them confused. This is the thing. This is not about how you're learning or how you're learning. This is about breaking down us as a people. Because you saw it, we invent everything and they don't want to give it to us. We invent everything. We invent the stoplight, the toilet bowl, the cars, the fan, the this, the that, the engine, we invent everything. So we have capability. So once again, if y'all guys have any questions, where's the phone and the questions, please? Pass, give your sister.
You have no questions.
No questions? Okay, I appreciate if I have no questions. This, again, like I said, try to reach out to me. Tomorrow I'm going to go to that school. And I would like to know what's going on because there's something that's taking place with my son where they're trying to figure out what they will do with him or what they're preparing for him.
Or any other parents who
Yeah,
have
leave
similar
it.
questions, let them put it in the comments.
Yeah.
And any one of you that have the same particular issues, or if your children are going to the community routes and you're going through, you all have issues, please contact me or put your problems. We could come together and create an alliance and go to that school, find a lawyer or something. How could we deal with that school? Because as we know, this school's allowing things to happen. They're allowing people to provoke people. They're allowing people to call people names, degrade people on the race or gender. This is a racist, and it's easy to say, well, that was back then and that's now. Oh, let's forget about it because now we are not here and we did. This is the thing they do to us. They like to push things under the rug. They like to play like they forget things. I'm not going to forget nothing because my son have feelings, I got feelings, And memories don't live like people do. They always stay with you. They always stay with you until you die, man. So you're not gonna do things that's gonna cause a memory to me that's gonna affect me and tell me, oh, it's nothing. You know, forget about it. But you're gonna do something more. You're gonna do something else. You're gonna do worse. So we don't want nothing like that. We're telling you all enough is enough. No more charter schools. We want public schools and people that like this principal, Ali, whatever, Ali, Allison, whatever your name is. I don't care. I know you don't like me. You never did. I don't like you, nigga. You understand? I don't like what you stand for. You're a two-faced, double-bellied rat. You know, yes. I'll tell you about yourself. And I don't care. Throughout the years, you've been giving me a hard time. You've been lying to my son's mother to do things and trying to get social workers and all type of stuff, tricking us.
Yeah, they try to act a child so they can get more information.
Yeah, trying to force things on people. That school is no different from the government trying to make you think that hoo ha ha ha, forcing that nonsense on people. But that not me. We're gonna stand for what we stand. So you all heard it from my child. I haven't really taken it to her because I'm on the things they have done to her. Right now she's at home. She's homeschooling. Okay? So I have not even brought her into the equation and say about her. I just need a little sample. But it's him actually with what went down. So again, like I said, I don't want to take your time. I had this to say, I brought my son. You all saw it, it's not me. You all like to say about racist remarks. Man, put the shoes on the other foot and see how it feels. Any of you all that is in the same predicament that has a child going to community roots and had issues with community roots, we need to
Middle school, charter school.
Charter school and middle school, we need to come together and we need to create some applications and we need to give these applications, draw these applications out. So we need to build a number of people that could come together, that could able to talk about the school and the things that the school, that's the only way we could able to do this. Because if we all comes together that had experience certain things in the school with the children, and we come together and now we all gonna send an application to the school, pretending to the school upon the negligence and how they deal with things, then of course we could able to do better and see that that school do not violate no more black children, boy or girl, Latino or even white, because they're poor whites too. They're whites that are actually poor, and they treat them like trash too. And I does not care if it's a black person or whatever. You're not supposed to treat nobody wrong or bad. I don't care if it's white, Chinese. I don't care. As long they're human beings or they breathe in oxygen and breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide, they're human beings. You're not supposed to treat them like the way you want to treat people like animals. And even animals, they have rights. You can't kick a dog now, you get locked up. Walk and see a dog and kick it on the street and let an officer see you. And then you kick that dog and that dog say, ah! And that officer see what you do, you don't get locked up. Take a bird, take a stone and hit a rat. The man went to prison for killing a rat. It's all these things to show you cannot. So if we are in the land of the living, why they treat us like that? Why are they doing this to us? So we need to come together we stand, divided we fall. Yo, we gonna take it to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, help us. We need you guys.
We need your guys,
We
your
need
black
you.
lawyers,
Yeah.
your black what you call this, that movement people that knows about laws and knows about rules and regulations. We need y'all so we could able to get a case out of that, and we could able to allow these people to know that throughout the years, my children are asthmatic because of them, because they would not let them go use the bathroom earlier to that child school, and they urinate themselves, and we would send clothes to the school, and they would not even remove their clothes. They would send them home with the same wet clothes, wet pants. He's asthmatic, she's asthmatic, his brother is asthmatic. They all went to that school. And all that happened when the children went to pee, they raised their hand up to tell them, oh, we have in the class right now, don't put your hands up the children, you urinate yourself. And knowing that they have clothes because they asked, send extra clothes in case they have an accident. But you said you'll pack them on the bus. So it's not a today thing. It's beyond back past days until past, present, and future. That's what we have here. So thank you all guys very much. I appreciate you all guys. Thank you for watching. And please guys, if you all have any information,
Buy the merch.
if you have any information pertaining to this incident, pertaining to what's going on here, please y'all guys
Share
could
your
text me.
stories. Share your stories in it.
Send me y'all guys, share your story, and let's come together that we could take it back. We could make applications and send that to that child school, which is Community Roots Middle School and child school. Okay, guys.
Elementary.
Protest
Elementary
after school.
So this is what tomorrow we are going to the school.
Yeah.
I was going to go today, but a lot of things happened. I didn't know that tomorrow will be a better day to go.
Yeah, tomorrow.
And we're gonna take it. So y'all might see live again at the school. I don't know if I could do a live at the school. Whatever it is, I will do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
No
So that
one,
you can get justice
no
for
one,
injustice.
no one will take away my children's rights. My children will get justice. What they deserve, they will get it. No one will make them feel less than themselves. They're kings and queens. And even though I might not be rich, wealthy, rich, but he's a king. He's a prince. She's a princess. Okay? So y'all ain't gonna make me believe that my children and one, because y'all know my children are one of the children with one of the best behaviors in that school. And y'all know it. So all praises unto the Most High. People, one love. Peace and blessings.
If you enjoyed this, subscribe and see you guys next time.
Yo, I couldn't see it. I tried to read it. And stuff just make my eye cry. Yes, that's it. So, ciao, people. All praises unto the Most High. And today, I also have, today's what? Tuesday? I also have a little workout thing. I don't know. I'll let y'all guys know. Peace and blessings. I'm out. Share this video. Share this video to your friends and subscribe to the channel.
What's wrong with you?
So you stop recording?